Hello everyone, today we are going to take a quick look at the results of the 2020 US presidential election between Joe Biden and Kamala Harris on the Democrat side, going up against President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence on the Republican side. Trump looking for 4 more years in the White House, Biden looking to take the job from Trump and become president, arguably the most powerful position in the whole world. In America, the system is called the Electoral College system, where it comes down to Electoral College votes. It's all about winning states, and each state has a different amount of votes up for grabs depending on its population and other key factors. So you have some states like California, which is worth 55 Electoral College votes, and other states like Vermont and Montana, which are only worth 3. It's meant to be balanced and give different states power according to their population and their size. You could argue, why isn't it just a popular vote from all American people? This is just the way that they do it in the US Constitution and their legal and political system. Essentially, there are 538 points up for grabs, and for a candidate to win, they need to get 270. That's the magic number. 270 points gets you the victory. So let's take a look and see what happened as the results came in. First off, you have the first round of states close on the East Coast. The first result that comes in is Kentucky, which goes for Trump. Then we have some ping pong. Vermont goes for Biden. That's where Bernie Sanders is from, well-known Democrat. He's gone to try and be the Democratic candidate before, hasn't won it as of yet. We have Trump taking West Virginia, Biden taking Virginia, South Carolina going for Trump, and then we see some dominance from Biden in the Northeast as he gets Delaware, Rhode Island, New Jersey, some of these Northeast states where the Democrats always do very well, whereas we see Trump having some success in more southern states like Oklahoma, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, all going for Trump. He also takes North and South Dakota, Wyoming, Louisiana. So initially, as results are coming in across the country, for the UK, this is early in the morning we're getting these results. We're after midnight. For America, this is into evening on the East Coast. These results coming in, an initial early lead, and just looking at the country, most of it going red at this stage, with a cluster of blue in the Northeast. In addition to Illinois, you've got in the center of America. An interesting point to note, now we look at Nebraska, one of these results to come in. Nebraska, similar to Maine, which we'll hear about in a bit, they split their Electoral College votes, so they don't all necessarily go to one candidate, they can be split. So, in Nebraska, we had our first change from 2016, where Biden managed to get one of the Electoral College votes from Nebraska. Now, this is going to be important later on. We have success for Biden in New York, New Mexico, in DC, the District of Columbia, where the capital is, and Colorado. They go blue for Biden. Trump gets Kansas, Missouri. Biden gets New Hampshire to add to his Northeast collection, then takes his west coast of California, Oregon, and Washington, kind of heartland for the Democrats, that west coast going blue for Joe Biden. Now, here we start to see some pictures in states we haven't heard from yet. We're hearing that Trump is doing well in Florida and Ohio, Pennsylvania as well, having some good success. These are what we call battleground states, the key ones that presidents need to win. From election to election, they're going to change from Democrat to Republican. People there are willing to change their mind. There's certainly important states to win if you want to be president. So Trump doing well in Florida and Ohio. Pennsylvania going his way because they're counting the ballots of people who were there on election day, went out to vote on Tuesday in America, Tuesday the 3rd of November, went out to vote, which are going to favor Republicans. Democrats much more likely to have mailed in their ballot or gone early to vote in order to try and avoid the coronavirus pandemic, prompted by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to do so, whereas Trump very much saying he thinks that there's maybe going to be issues with fraud with mail-in ballots. There's been no evidence for that, but that was his claim, telling Republicans go on election day. So we see where Trump's having success: Florida, Ohio, maybe Pennsylvania. There is news that Biden is having success in Arizona. It's been called by Fox News. They say Arizona is going to flip from going to Trump, as it did in 2016, to going to Biden. We'll come to Arizona in a bit. Biden takes Hawaii, Minnesota. Trump, he gets his confirmed win in Ohio and in Iowa. Another swing, a battleground state. Trump takes Indiana. He takes Utah, Montana as well. All go for Trump. Then he gets a big win in Florida. He holds on to Florida. 29 Electoral College votes up for grabs. Trump gets it. He goes to Twitter saying that this election is his. He's on the cusp of winning. He also manages to take Texas. Texas historically been very strong for the Republicans, but it came down only to a couple of percentage points, showing the Democrats having a lot more success there than they normally would. So Trump having some success in Florida and in Texas, but now at this stage we're getting to around about 5 o'clock in the morning UK time, getting to midnight on the East Coast of America. We're starting to hear how in states like Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, even in Georgia, that they're kind of getting towards starting to count the mail-in ballots, early ballots that are more Democrat than Republican, and we're starting to see a bit of a change in the results where things are slightly, the gaps are starting to close. Biden comes out to make a speech in Delaware and says he believes that he is on track for a victory. We hear Maine splits up its votes. Most go to Biden, one goes to Trump. But then we have a picture that we were left with going into Wednesday morning in the UK and in America, where we have some key states still to be declared, which are stopping us from having a winner. Although Trump comes out, makes a speech. This is 7:30 in the morning UK time, so that would be 2:30 in the morning on the East Coast. He declares victory, says that it's his. Big wins in Florida, big wins in Ohio, and says that Trump says that if anything changes, the election is going to be stolen from him. We shall see. So this is our picture, some key states to be declared. At this stage, if we take into account Maine, we have Biden on 227 Electoral College votes and Trump on 214. Remember, 270 is what they need to win. Over the next day or two, results come trickling in. We don't get full states who are saying one way or another until we hear that Biden has continued to eat into Trump's lead in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, so much so that he has overtaken Trump, and those states get declared for Joe Biden. Joe Biden is on track to have success. This takes him up to 253 Electoral College votes, only 17 away. And because of that one seat he got in Nebraska, he has some options of how he can win. If he gets Nevada and Arizona, where he's currently ahead, that takes him to 270 on the dot. Alternatively, Pennsylvania, where 20 Electoral College votes, Joe Biden, born in Scranton, Pennsylvania. If he gets it, he would be over the number he needs. Pennsylvania, Trump was up by hundreds of thousands of votes in Pennsylvania, but as the mail-in ballots come in and they get counted over Thursday, over Friday, that leads to Saturday at, in UK time, 4:30 p.m., 11:30 a.m. on the East Coast of America. The result comes out. Pennsylvania called for Joe Biden, and that means that Joe Biden has got 273 Electoral College votes, taking him over the amount he needs to win. Joe Biden is announced as president-elect all across the news networks. Fox News, slightly late, but it adds in that it is declared that Nevada is going for Biden. If you add in Arizona, as some had declared as early as election night, that takes Biden to 290 Electoral College votes, with Trump on 214. As things stand, if Georgia, which is so close, it's going to go to a recount. If Georgia, as it is right now, goes to Biden, North Carolina and Alaska stay with Trump, that gives us a final result of 306 Electoral College votes to Joe Biden and 232 for Donald Trump. A slightly bigger win for Joe Biden than Trump had over Hillary Clinton 4 years ago. This will not be the end of the story. Donald Trump has continued to claim that there has been fraud, that he has been hard done by, that this election has been stolen away from him, and we shall see as he submits and goes into legal battles in some of these key states. In Pennsylvania, there'll be the recount in Georgia. There's been talk about him going to Michigan as well. Legal battles which may go up to the Supreme Court to try and win this election and take it away from Biden and make a case as to why he believes that this election there's been maybe illegal activities as part of it. However, no evidence of that has come up as of yet. But Joe Biden, the president-elect, estimated over 300 Electoral College votes. Kamala Harris, the vice president-elect, the first woman vice president she would be if all things stand as they are, the first female vice president, the first black vice president, the first Asian American vice president, first person of color to be vice president in the United States of America. That is a summary of the 2020 US presidential election. See you later.